My name's Patrick, and I'm a birder from Ohio. I've made it my goal this year to see some new birds that I missed in my 2025 birding adventures. I'm continuing to learn more about identification and habitat every time I go out, but I realize I still have so much more to learn. In this episode, we venture out to see the historic first ever record of a sage thrasher in Ohio. I try to find some American woodcocks performing their skydance. I see 3 more new owls, including a long-eared owl, and I show you some of the highlights of my species count for 2026. A lot to experience, so follow along on my birding adventures and unwind with me as we enjoy the excitement of birding in Ohio.
I'm at Acacia Reservation, which I think used to be a golf course and is now a big park in the Beechwood area. And there have been American woodcocks putting on a display the last couple nights and mornings, so I was hoping to catch some of that action.
All I had to go on was a pin location and some eBird notes on where to go in this 156-acre park. I arrived around 6:30, about an hour before sunset, and I searched around where the reported sightings were and decided on what I felt like looked like an area that they might be located at.
I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to know where you're supposed to be. It's 5 to 7. The sun is starting to set. They're going to start flying now or very soon. It's just, when there's 2 ponds and they say by the pond, like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? I mean, if I were an American woodcock, I'd be hiding in one of these weedy fields. I wouldn't be over by that other pond. It's too close to the road.
With so little light remaining, I knew this was going to be a difficult challenge to capture on camera. Eventually, some more birders arrived, also in search of the American woodcock. It wasn't until sunset that finally we heard our first I basically just pointed my camera in the direction of the sounds and hoped for the best. I also had my 360 camera set up on a super night mode, hoping that maybe I could capture a quick dot moving across the sky. This was definitely not going to be on my list of best shots of birds, for sure.
In the middle of the grass. There he is.
What made it a wonderful experience was hearing the call, then the rapid chirping and gurgling, whizzing all around us and above us. Despite the difficulty of capturing any quality footage, it was a magical experience witnessing an incredible display of the mating ritual of this elusive species of bird.
So I'm heading out to Fairport Nursery Road. Someone just reported that there was a snowy owl and just posted a picture of it. So I thought I'd head out there quick since there hasn't been any snowy owls at that location this winter. And maybe this is my only and last chance as this snowy owl is passing through. In order to find some of these less common birds, you have to be watching what's going on and take a chance. My owl year, since I've already gotten 4 owls so far this year, maybe I can make it 5 today. So that would be truly exciting. So for the second time this year, I can say that it was a 2-owl day. I got a snowy owl and a short-eared owl, both on the same day. Very exciting. So someone had told me where the long-eared owl was, and he's exactly where they said. I guess the long-eared owl has been here for several weeks, and it was just great to get the chance to see one since I didn't actually think that I would. So after my 2 owl day yesterday, I've added one more, which makes 7 for the year, different species. So I guess I'm going to have to need to go to try to find a barn owl next. So we shall see. Well, I may have lost my mind. I am heading down to see if I can see the Sage Thrasher that's been reported in Ohio for the very first time ever. It's been about a week since it's been there. It was still reported this morning. I was working this morning and didn't get off work till around 10 o'clock, and I'm on my way now. It's about a 2-hour drive, and we'll see how it goes.
The Sage Thrasher is currently the biggest Ohio birding story of 2026. This vagrant bird appeared in Ohio on March 15th in Holmes County and was first identified by birder James Yoder. At first he thought he had a northern mockingbird, but quickly dispelled that and realized it was a Sage Thrasher, a bird he was familiar with from a Colorado trip. It was the first ever recorded sighting of this western bird, and the 455th or 456th bird recorded in Ohio. News spread quickly, and soon a steady stream of birders made the pilgrimage to see the bird and add it to their Ohio life list. I made my visit on March 20th, 5 days after the first sighting, and because James had kept a guest book to sign, I was the 752nd visitor. Pretty amazing. The bird has been continuing, perhaps due to the mealworms that have been laid out on a gravel driveway, giving visitors a great view of the bird without stressing it out. As this video is being published, it's still there, and the last I checked, over 1,320 people have made the trip into Amish country to witness this historic birding event.
You have any other rarities show up here?
Oh, I've had unusual stuff, but not really rare.
Not like this.
Not like this, you know. I've never had more than like half a dozen people come to see something like that.
Yeah, this bird's got a little bit more pull to it than, other ones. You got to cross a couple state lines to get something like this.
Yeah.
So did you know what it was when you saw it?
Yeah, I've seen a number of them out west.
Okay, so you knew.
The Amish community is such a vital part of birding in Ohio, welcoming so many people to enjoy this sighting. James Yoder was wonderful to talk to. It felt very similar to the welcoming visit I made to see the lark bunting earlier this year. Birding just seems to bring people together despite our differences, something we could use more of in this world.
Well, what's great is when you go to see a bird that's a 2-hour drive, and within 30 seconds of arriving, the bird is there. So that definitely makes this trip a lot more special. One of the other things I plan on doing is stopping at Killbuck Wildlife Area, Marsh area, to see if I can find any sandhill cranes, since I haven't actually gotten any of those on camera ever. So we shall see if my luck for the day continues on this slightly mid-Ohio trip. Got a lot of hawks out there. What is that? Red-tailed? Alright, anyways. Here we go.
Last year on this channel, I kept a running total of all the birds I saw. And while this year it is not one of my priorities, I've still been keeping account of everything I capture on camera. And my total for the first 3 months of the year is 89 species, 19 more than last year at this time. Some captures are great and some are simply awful, but still countable. My first awful highlight was the sandhill cranes I managed to see from a great distance at Killbuck Wildlife Area after leaving the lark bunting stakeout. I was proud that I was even able to spot the birds after hearing them several times. My next not-so-great highlight was the red-throated loon at Ladue Reservoir. Heat haze and distance are not a camera's friend. I got better views of this black-headed gull that was at Wendy Park in Cleveland, another new bird and highlight for 2026. Other notables this year is the Ross's goose at the Lake County landfill, and finally, here's a much better view of an eastern meadowlark than I got last year. Overall, in the first 3 months of 2026, I added 12 new Ohio birds I did not see last year, of which 11 were lifers. Getting to see new birds is part of the joy of birding. So get out, unwind in nature, and as always, happy birding!